think like we are live. Let me just check. Mm, Aditya, you can check if we are live or not.
Yeah, I've opened the channel. It's just refreshing. Hmm, it's
Ah, we
not.
are live. We are live. We are live.
Yeah. Okay. Yes.
So, hi Amrita. Hi Aditya.
Yeah. Hey, Akhil.
So,
Hi, Krishna.
Amrita has joined us today, and she joined us from our Google form, which was really unexpected, and we are really glad that she has joined. So, how are you feeling? Like we haven't started yet, but you are live in the YouTube.
So it was completely surprising. Like there is a channel already. So I think I am late actually.
No,
I
no,
came
you
to
are
know
not
about
late.
it after so many episodes. But okay, we got it. Finally, I got the Google form. I'm in right now.
Okay. So today's topic is something interesting, and it is related with the interest only. So
Yeah.
let me start with mentioning the title of today. So it's like a conversation. One is interest, and another is a normal person who is talking with the interest.
Yeah.
So he is asking interest. Will you always be interesting? Okay. So it's like PHP, but you can relate with that. Okay.
And just before that, would like to have your quick introduction, Amrita.
Yeah, yeah. Sorry.
Uh, so my name is actually Amruta Sri.
Mm-hmm.
I'm from Computer Science and Engineering, BTech, going to be third year. And I think you guys saw me in few of the clubs
Mm-hmm.
and also in Equilibrio, I guess. And today I am here as a from the Google Forms. Yeah, of course.
Okay.
It's nice.
So that was a too formal introduction of yours. I was expecting, and not from the college, not from the BTech, but from your daily skills. Like I like this, I like eating this, and all.
Yeah.
Like
Stuff like that.
so, if you're
Yeah.
comfortable with that, sharing like what you like more, dosa or idli, then it will be great.
Yeah, I'm a really dosa person. And if I want to have idli, I need sambar.
Okay,
That
great.
is the complete thing. Yeah, and I didn't like my hostel food. Yeah.
We always start our topic from Aditya only.
No. Why it has to be always like this?
Yeah.
Today you have to start.
No, no. So,
Yeah.
so
Okay, let's.
let's start from me today. Okay.
Yeah. All right.
So I think like the interest will not be always be interesting
Mm-hmm.
because at some point of time we get saturated by the things we do, and I am as talking about me, I don't start things which interest me all the times, because there are things you get interest after doing after a while. You just have to start that this some of the things, because in class 11th I joined a drawing class. I was not very much interested in drawing, but I just started. Okay, then I started liking the drawing. So I also generated affection towards the graphic designing after the drawing and all. But I was not very like I was not so much interested in designing, but I got interested in designing, and that thing, the interest thing, is continuously evolving. So from my perspective, interest will not be always be interesting. It will be changing after a while. After a while, it will get saturated. You have to add something or another to make that thing more interesting. So that will be intro from my side. Who let next can be Amrita or Aditya, whoever likes to next.
Yeah. So who is going?
So for me also it's the same. Like interest definitely changes. And it's a complete thing that always developing is a part of our life. Like we are all engineers, right? We adapt the developing things. And we want something that to be like more faster, more easier in our lives. And we cannot be stick to that hard times. We cannot have the same life what previous people are having. We want change and we are so much attracted with it. And even something that's more interesting also we get develop it, we develop more interest in that and want to develop it more. And we don't really want to stick with it.
Yeah.
Right.
So I feel, yeah, it will develop more, but it's not like um, there are some you have mentioned like uh, graphic design, right? So I was also having that interest in me. So sorry about that.
Yeah, no
So
problem.
I actually started with content writing. I really like to read and write about it. And I had two books when I was in intermediate. I had two books by my name. Uh,
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but I was also a reader as well. Like on online, I used to read some of the journals. Like I started with fiction, but and I wrote more about fiction only, fiction, action kind of thing, scientific fiction sometimes. But after reading other journals, I used to compare mine with that, and it mine was like so much no, I can
Hmm.
say that. So I deleted both of my books after coming to BTech first year. Someone read it and they were giving one book was fine, and second book ka thoda like the surroundings also depend, right? The
Yeah.
Yeah.
surroundings also affected so much, and I deleted both of the books, and I started taking part in other things. So it's like it was interesting. It was like I'm a complete author at that time,
Mm-hmm.
and it really affected me. So the surroundings is a thing that matters sometimes. If you want to continue that to a extent, you need a surrounding, a supportive surrounding as well.
Okay.
And yeah, I did some of the designs also. I still do it, but I don't do the still posters. I work in UI UX. I work with website development. Like I use the same concept in different places so that I can give the design support or creative support, whatever that I want to give.
That's
Mm-hmm.
great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really nice. So uh, it's back to me. I would like to start with the very definition of the interest, and for that, I'll just share my screen and I'll give this opportunity to Google to
Oh,
give
you are
introduction of our
giving.
very friend interest. So it says like whenever we want to learn or like we like it's basically attraction toward any particular thing or any particular thing or genre or anything. It's basically an attraction for that thing. So
Okay.
I think interest is something like that. And yeah, I completely agree with you all guys. Like you said that interest, they always change. They can't be like, it cannot be same always. You cannot like stick to a single interest forever throughout your life. It's like that. Whenever you meet people, you like get to know about some of the different things that you don't know. You get to know about a lot of things whenever you travel, or you like get to a new place, or you join office, you get to college or different place. So you know about different things, like how things actually work and what are the other things that you don't know. So this is how interest changes. Like for example, like when I was in school, I never wanted to get into anything related to dance, right? It was very weird for me like to dance in front of somebody or alone also. Like I can never imagine like if I'm dancing with someone or in alone. And like if you ask Akhil right now, I can dance immediately, like
Yeah.
wherever, whenever. So it's
If
like that.
if you
You
will ask him to dance in a mall full of people, he will start
Yeah,
dancing. You just have to play the music.
yeah, that's it. So it's like that. I find it interesting later. So interests work like this. Like you find something attractive at some point of time, you may lose it. Like I am loving dancing right now in the college, but it might happen that I have came to office and I got like lose an interest over it. So it's something like that. It's just a period of time where you like things, so you call it like, yeah, I have interest in this, and that's it. And talking about the like how we can define interest of a person, uh, is like it's very related to like I have said from the beginning, like whatever you like is very much related to what are your interests in, right? So for me, yeah, it's basically like whatever you like, it should be your interest. That's like it.
So, okay.
Mhm.
Thank you, Aditya, for sharing your thoughts. And one step ahead of the interesting,
Mhm.
I think like interest. I think like some sort of hobbies are evolved from the interest only. Like hobbies
Yeah.
are a better thing than interest. Like that is the thought I think. Like
Mm-hmm.
hobbies are the things which will keep you a better, which will make you a better person, or will help you in your growth as a person.
Yeah.
Because like we are interested in so much things, like if we will watch a Netflix series which is related to surgery or something, then we like to pursue doctor, like to become a doctor. If you will like to see recently the movie launched Major. Okay, so
Major,
like
yeah.
people generated a, what we can say, uh,
Sense of patriotism.
sense of patriotism toward the country, and some might have thought to become a army person or something like that. And that interest is only for a few hours, few days, or few weeks at most. But there
Mhm.
are some kind of things which you give time.
Mhm.
Interest, when you give time, becomes a hobby. Like
Hobby. Yeah, absolutely.
in some cases, not always, but
Yeah.
like I have generated a new hobby called cooking in the lockdown period. Okay, so I started liking cooking. I read various things about cooking, and I found out that it's really a meditative process. Cooking is a really a meditative process for me. Your senses, your five senses works, helps you to cook. Okay, you smell, you see, you touch, you listen to the sound of cooker whistling, and one more thing, what you speak, sing a song and all kind of things. Okay, only, and your mouth is involved
Yeah, it
later after
happens.
cooking. Okay, so all of your senses gets involved in that, and you are also your sixth sense of how much food is being like cooked and all, like how much
Yeah, the
you will
estimation
give
part.
heat to
This
all these
art is
things.
enough or not, things like
Yeah, it's art. Yeah, really, it's art. And really, you will enjoy cooking in a good kitchen. Obviously, like you will not enjoy cooking in your hostel's mess. Yeah.
Definitely not.
So that thing, I've been interested in cooking and eating and foods. I'm not a very foodie person, but I'm interested in eating various kinds of food. So I put a time into the cooking thing, and it evolved it to a hobby. Okay.
Mhm.
And also the same with the design and all of the things, and my hobbies are continuously evolving as my interests are. So that is the thing from my side. So you can share about your hobbies too. Like, when did your interest become your hobbies? Like, if you
Yeah.
have any.
In fact, I would like to share like there's very thin line between interest and hobbies. People sometimes get confused between what are the
Yeah, yeah,
hobbies
yeah,
and what are interests, right? They like use it in one way or the other. So interests is basically a conceptual uh, thing, you can say. Like it's in imagination. Like acting may interest you, but you are not actually acting, right?
yeah,
So
yeah,
hobbies are actually what you are doing, the activities that you are associated with. So the very basic difference is interests are conceptual. They can be imagination, you can say. They are not very rigid. They are just yeah, imagination. They are very soft form. And hobbies, where these are very rigid, these are the actual activities that you are doing. Like you can say cycling is your hobby because you are cycling. So that's very yeah, that's a difference between the hobbies and interests. So yeah, Akhil, what you said, I actually lost the question.
I said that there might be any hobby you have evolved it from your interest. When was the time you put a little time on your interest?
Hmm. So yeah, like talking about the hobbies. So at the very beginning, like I'm not a I'm not a reader. I'm not a bookish person. So somewhere around lockdown, yeah, 2020. So it was somewhere around 2020. We get to know about one of our alumni. So he told us like you may reading books is very much like important, and it opens up a different dimensions of a person. So it's like that. And I have also like seen various personalities, like big personalities, you can name them. So they always put a time aside for reading. So in that time, like I got to know that yeah, this is a thing that I should try. So first of all, I got to know about different books that may like I may like. And after that I get like it turned into a hobby, you can say. So this was the one thing that I. And also cooking, I can say like it was like a kill only because it
No,
was
no, no. Cooking
lockdown.
is not your hobby. You are a terrible cook.
I'm not a terrible cook. I cook very fine. Absolutely tasty. You have tasted it. How can you say like this, Akhil? So bad. So it was like, yeah, that. So cooking, I have started cooking because it was a necessity at that time in the lockdown. We were not getting food, so we have to cook it ourselves. So that was a thing. That's how you can say it turned into not a hobby, but yeah, basically a necessity. So hobbies, for me, it's like playing guitar. Yeah, that's a hobby. Walking, meeting people, reading book. I have lost it now, but yeah, it was back then.
Okay.
And currently watching series.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a really good one. The last one.
Yeah, it's like I always think I will be in the bed till 11 or 11:30, but I end up like sleeping with the open laptop, and
Okay.
I don't know I when when get sleep. It's around 3 or something like that. I go to sleep and I have to get up till 10 or 10:30. So it's like that. But I'm really enjoying the show. So it will just after this show will end, I'll just back in my routine. I think so.
So it's like we heard so much about the interest, the hobbies, and also like the books.
Yeah.
So for me, if you want about interest, what's interest? We got
Hmm.
the example of that also. But interests for me are like something that you aim for to do.
Hmm.
Like you saw it somewhere, you
Hmm.
like it. You
Hmm.
don't love it, but you just like it,
Yeah.
and you want to do it. And the next step will be a hobby. And we
Right.
also have this scenario in our topic like forever. Can an interest
Hmm.
be forever? I feel
Yeah.
no.
Hmm. So
But if
that's
you
a very
wanna make it forever, maybe like a for months, maybe habits you can have for a month or like a year. But
Hmm.
forever, I feel you have to make it your job
Hmm.
because maybe if you have a passionate job that you can do, maybe even our
yeah.
lives are not forever, right? Even the
Yeah.
universe is not forever.
Yeah.
It's
Right.
Sometimes
like
sometimes I think like there are very fascinating jobs people are doing. Like some are doing paintings for their whole life, some are just traveling for their whole life. Are they really only interested
it
in
is.
doing that thing?
Yeah, it gives lives. Like it's so interesting for that one set. It's people's perspective, whether they like their job, whether they're passionate about it or not. Of course, a
Mhm.
street vendor also loves his job, loves serving people, right?
Yeah.
Like the cooking that you have mentioned, it's so good to feed someone,
Yeah.
Mhm.
right? And also to mention, actually forgot, but no
Okay.
problem.
You're all the
So
time.
it's
Yeah.
like, hota hai. So it's like even I'm trying to learn Hindi, sir. Like there are
Mhm.
so many people, so many Hindi people in our college, like Rajasthani, Bihari, Chhattisgarhi people. I'm trying to learn, but whenever someone comes and says, Amrita, you should not say Gaya, you should say Gayi. Interest is gone. I'm not learning. It's like
Okay.
every letter, like if someone point out, you get like confidence, it just goes. You cannot
Yeah.
learn it next time. You have to continue with English.
I know
Yeah, it's
eventually you
something
will
that
end up learning Hindi, I think.
Yeah.
yeah, sir. Like there are so many friends of mine who are like so much they were like so much patient about it and teach me each single line, even the WhatsApp chat. They teach me like what does all the words mean. But sometimes even for me it feels not like maybe I don't feel the same way the next moment. It's
Oh,
like you
Mhm.
need it from itself. Like Hindi, learning Hindi is my job. Something like that. You need it.
yeah.
Like you need a complete description of learning things. That is when you may be going for it.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And
I,
also, you guys know about this book, Atomic Habits
yeah. Yeah.
by the
Yeah.
clear
Atomic
and
habits.
the power of habit.
Yeah. Yeah. I have
Yeah,
Mhm.
heard of
they're
those
really good.
books.
I have just heard about them, but I have never tried to read them.
They're
I
like
surely
really
do.
good. Yeah, sir. Interest
Yeah,
and
they are
habits
good reads.
can be of two types, like good ones and bad ones. How to neglect good ones and how to maintain the good. How to neglect the bad ones and how to maintain the good ones and improve them. It's a great one. It's great things to read about. Yeah.
Yeah, I have
Mhm.
many people are reading such books. I have heard from many people like that.
No, sir, I
Yeah.
don't. Actually, the truth is, I don't read books. I read reviews about it. I listen about them. I
Good.
don't have time to read like 200 or 300 pages of books. It's
Oh.
the truth. I read
I
reviews.
buy
So do you
books.
prefer
I
audio books? Is it like that?
She reads
Like,
only the review and all the summary or
yeah,
the conclusion of
like
that book.
Plot or
summaries.
something.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
And
Mhm.
I buy books. I see the index, and whatever thing like I think like I should know this, I just read that, and the book gets completed most of the time. But I like to read books which are not really of the self help, but the things which interest me. Like
Yeah.
currently I am reading about biomagnetism and something like that, just to know. Like you may have saw the topic biomagnetism 2 to 3 videos before. Okay, at that
Yeah.
time I
Yes. 2 videos
recently
before. Yeah.
started that book. So I like reading things which I liked and things I saw in the discovery when I was a younger self. So I want to know about those things.
Hmm. Yeah. In fact, for me, like I'm not a bookish person again, but yeah. So it's like some factual things I like to read about actual facts that happened or history, something you can say it, or any like theories which are actually present in the world, something around that. So I
There
like
is
to
one
read
book
about
of
this.
H.G. Wells you were reading about the
Jewels, history of the
brief
world. Yeah,
history of time, some history
brief
of time,
history. Sorry, outline of the history.
outline of the history.
Outline of the history. So it's a 1,500 pages books, and I have read about like 300 or 400 pages. It's a very beautiful book. Like it has elaborated so much, like starting from the Big Bang theory to all the things that happened to all the different timelines, like human and ice age and everything. So it's very beautiful book.
So
I must
even if you complete a book, like let's say half or one page, you have that era in your brain, like, yeah, I'm the person, I'm the characterization in it. And
yeah, yeah,
in a click, you will get an interest to start that thing. Like,
Yeah,
yeah, right.
some people have that fantasies of, like, you have to live that character.
yeah.
Hmm.
And also, you just have it, right? And it
Yeah.
can be with some web series or movies as well.
In
Just
web
3 hours
series,
of
in always I relate myself with the characters.
main character.
No, not always main
Yeah,
characters, but with
just my
some of the
character.
characters I
Like,
find interesting. I
someone.
relate with that because
Right.
main character is way great than me, so I don't relate with them. I want to be that main character, but there is someone in the series who wants to be like the character. Okay,
And you are that character.
and
Is it like
I'm
that?
mostly that character. So,
Okay.
what are the things which are you like now at this time you are interested in? So let's
Mhm,
start from Rita. Like, tell me 3 things, not just one.
mhm,
Three things. For me, I recently got a thing to be a president of some club. So
mhm.
I want to know more about, like, speeches, giving offline speeches, because I tried in the, like, March or something. I hold the offline mic. I took the mic and my hand was shivering.
Oh.
Oh,
So I after that, in the same day, I saw someone who is doing really great. So I wanted to give the speech exact, but I messed up. But
Mhm,
the result didn't really matter that much. But I want to do that.
nice.
And next, we heard about, like, some of the people who got into that in this. Of course, the someone who got a really good offers, like the internships are going on right now. So that one is a thing. Like,
Yeah,
I'm seeing so much content on LinkedIn, like someone who already got Microsoft
yeah.
or sort of card, something like that. So we want something like that. And for the third one, maybe like uh, your channel. I wanna be in your place.
So that is the first thing you should
Like,
have
it's so
said.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's so much fun, like having interactions daily.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
it's fun. I want to replace.
So,
And
like you said about the internship, so
Yeah,
isn't it like a goal?
no, it's not like a goal,
Like how it could be
because
an interest?
it's like
Yeah,
the
I'm.
topic itself right now.
interest to
Maybe
land
right
in a
now
good internship.
Microsoft is just my interest.
Mm-hmm.
I can make it a hobby, but it cannot be my job. Maybe I can have more interest in future.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm in my third year
So
itself, and I have a brain which distracts, of course.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
uh,
Yeah, got it.
and I wanted to congratulate you when we have joined, but I will congratulate now for getting selected in the Microsoft. I heard this like 2 months or 2.5 months before. So you went to Chandra sir to tell him about your selection.
Yes,
So
yes.
many congratulations, Amrita, and you will do very great, really great in future.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Many congratulations to you too. I just got
Because
to know
this
about
this
this
video
news.
will be saved for forever, so it
Yeah.
will be we. And actually, like why we use YouTube, because it's a free storage for all of us. It will be saved forever. Okay, yeah, that is the fact. I'm really like, when the
Yeah.
Google announced that they will not be giving us free Google photo storage,
Google Photos, sir.
we thought that making long videos of long slideshow videos of our photos, and we'll post it on the YouTube, and it will be forever. So like, we are using Google for our
I think we have to cut this portion or mute the
no,
portion. Google will, Google will listen this.
so
They
our
might
interest.
might adding some policies around this YouTube thing also.
No. So yeah, so
It's really nice, sir.
Amrita told us about her interests. So now it's Aditya's turn to tell us
Mhm.
about his.
Yeah, so three interest I would say like 3D modeling. Recently, I've like got into this stuff. So 3D modeling is one of the stuffs. And more physical activities, like yesterday I got into football club, and I went there for playing like 1.5 1 or some hours. So
Okay,
more physical activities and this 3D modeling thing, and web series, watching web series. So these three are the latest interests that I have right now.
okay. So now it's
Yeah.
my turn. So
Yeah.
the first thing will be a very recent interest. I just got interested in chocolates last evening. Okay, I didn't like chocolates before. I I was not hating that, but I was not really liking that.
So,
So
so, so.
last evening, I had half of the dairy milk, the nuts, and what the name I am forgetting. But
Hazelnuts and what?
no, not hazelnuts, but
Fuse
some
and
kind of
nuts.
nuts in it. So I started
Okay.
liking eating chocolates.
Oh.
And one more thing is about, I was a very little bit interested in AI before, but nowadays I'm really into AI. Okay,
Mhm.
so I I read 1 to 2 papers
Dolly
last
too.
week, and
Yeah.
watched very many videos of AI recently. So I'm really getting interested in AI nowadays, like really into it, and not just for the sake of cool looking and all, but I in the technical parts of it also.
Mhm.
And one more thing, it will be a volleyball.
Volleyball. Oh,
Yeah,
are you playing volleyball in the office
I'm
with
not
the?
playing volleyball,
Mhm.
but I'm watching anime right now, which is
Mhm.
related with volleyball. So I am like started liking volleyball. I've started
Okay.
reading about the rules of the volleyball and all those things. So I'm getting interested in volleyball. These are just three interests which I have been developing. Just this, the volleyball and the chocolate is in this week, and
Yeah.
the AI is from 2 to 3 weeks.
Okay. It's
Yeah.
like a month. Yes.
So
So we have like been 27 minutes
Sir,
now.
is there any interest that you have changed? Any change that happened,
mm,
like you stopped doing it? We have to talk about that also,
okay,
actually.
okay. That's a great thing to ask for.
Mhm.
So I have to think for this. I have to think.
Anything that you have stopped
I
doing?
think that
I
you have
have stopped
stopped doing.
many things.
Yeah.
You can share. You, if there is no three answers ka limit. You can share
Okay, okay,
unlimited options
okay,
there.
okay. So when I was in class 11th, or
You have graduated when how can you always say school and class?
because most of the
More
things are
recent
left
interests
when.
that you have lost.
No, because like the 12th and the college is a very much transition phase,
Mm-hmm.
and I have really used that because I was an introvert guy, and
Mm-hmm.
I was not a person who shows up all the time, and as
Mm-hmm.
a person who does not speaks too much in front of everyone, but with the friends too. But you all have, like, not Amrita, but Aditya might have seen, like he has seen me
I
always
have seen.
talking, always showing up for everything, whatever the
Yeah.
thing is, and yeah, so that thing I have left in my school. Okay, so
Mhm.
I was not very much confident in the stage. In
Mhm.
the college also, I was not very much confident to speak in front of many people, but I gave it a try when I was in the first year in the equilibrium. So that was the first time, and I got a terrible reaction over there. I shouted very loud in front of the audience, and I thought that they will complete my sentence, but no one had completed my sentence. Okay, that I said a very famous quote of at that time. It was one of the series Mirzapur, if you might have heard. So
Yeah.
I shouted very loudly like Lal Phul, Neela Phul. Then people have to complete it by saying that Munna, we are beautiful, like kind of thing, because it was one of the event of marketing.
Mhm.
Yeah, related with marketing. So I thought some kind of thing, but it got terribly fail. Okay, then I started to give a normal presentation. I haven't interacted with the people after that, and that is the thing. And one more thing I have left is like running. I really liked running, sprinting events. I was into 200-meter race. So I and Pranjal in the school used to do that,
Mhm.
and I left that in the school. And in college, if we are talking about, then I haven't left anything in the college. I only grabbed and tried to collect as many things as I want to be.
Mhm.
Yeah, and that's all. That's all. If something
Okay.
comes up into mind, I'll tell you after you two
Yeah,
guys
definitely.
complete.
So for me, like I have losing interest in, you can say, like reading books first of all. So I'm getting into it. I'm trying to get into it, but yeah. So the number one is like reading books. So I was very much interested in like lockdown and
Just wait,
2020 and
just
2021.
wait for a while. Arisab is joining us. We will ask him some kind of interest, and then we'll ask him to leave. After
Yeah, that should.
Rishabh will be telling you the topic in a while, just after Aditya and Amrita completes. Okay, just two
Yeah,
minutes.
I think
and
it's over.
No, no,
That's
no. It
why.
will.
yeah,
No,
this
no, no. It's almost over, but we'll give you 5 minutes to speak about your interests.
meanwhile, you
No
can think
need,
of your
no need.
interest.
Okay.
What was the topic of today's?
Interest. Will you be always interesting?
Forever.
Very interesting topic.
Yeah. Yeah. So Aditya and Amrita were telling about the interest they have left.
Yeah,
I am right. Okay.
yeah.
So you
So
can
the
go.
very first thing is like reading books. So and then very next thing is like yoga, meditation, exercise. Three things like in a shell. So the second thing is this, and also I think I have lose interest over. Uh, okay, for now these are the two things like reading books and yoga, meditation, exercise, and yeah, basically this physical thing.
So for me, it's like the lockdown session. And
Hmm.
before the lockdown session, I was completely a hostel kid. From 4th to 10, I was in a hostel campus.
Oh,
Hostel.
nice. That's
Yeah.
really
And
great to
in
hear
my
Great.
you.
intermediate, I was completely immersed in a stream of IIT, like JEE mains and advanced. I think you guys know about it, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So, so morning 6 to night, I was completely in that stream. I don't know anything, and directly to a college, GGU. I just dropped, and that also I didn't really get my first and second years. I
Hmm.
was in lockdown, locked in a four walls, and no exposure, completely no exposure. So for my third year, like the session that we had, like the fourth semester we had, I started to explore some places. I started to make new friends. I was completely a person who don't speak with anyone in my college or like past experiences. I started to talk with people. I started to, mingling with some of the gangs, knowing about people, knowing their language, their cultures, and also adapting them these days. Like I was like, I hope you guys have seen me in offline, right?
Yeah, yeah,
I was in the South Indian only. Right now, I'm trying to adapt that also. I'm trying to mingle completely into the system. so that I can handle the summers in Bilaspur also.
It will
Yeah,
be hard too, but you will.
It's so hard, sir. So hard.
So
that's
Rishabh,
nice. Friendship.
let's ask few things from Rishabh. Okay. So Rishabh, you have to tell three things you are interested in recently. Okay. So your most recent interest, the first three things, and the next question will be you have to tell things you have lost interest in.
Now nowadays, in recent 1 2 years, I have interest in cooking.
Yeah.
Okay. Everyone
Interesting
got interested
cooking.
in
You all
cooking.
are tasted my
Yeah, yeah,
cooking.
yeah.
But everyone
Yeah,
can go to master.
yeah. And another is another things also, mm, um, bike riding.
Yeah.
Always, I never
Okay.
lose interest in that. And another thing, I do not get it right now.
No
Okay, no
problem.
problem.
So things that you
Yeah,
lost
Okay,
interest
yeah,
in. Yeah.
party in pub.
Okay.
You lost
Yeah.
interest. Nice.
He lost interest in
That's a huge money saver.
and
And I start, yeah, in recent year also I enjoy the party in room
Yeah.
actually. Yeah.
how can you forget?
Yeah, how can I forget that part of mine?
Yes.
Okay. And you lost interest in only pub or something else.
Outside parties gathering.
Mhm.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I think like you
And
also get interested in hiking and all.
yeah, after
Mm,
coming in Bilaspur, I also get interested in trekking also,
yeah.
trekking,
Thanks.
hiking. Yeah, before Bilaspur, I never trek anything.
I really like trekking. Like I always prefer mountains or anything.
Beaches,
Yeah,
mountains over beaches.
Yeah,
I'm a mountain person.
obviously.
there was one thing in Bilaspur.
Mhm.
In which direction you have to go? Just go 20 30 kilometer, you will find jungle.
That's great.
Yeah, that's true.
And
Completely.
I'll suggest Amrita to at least visit uh, Dalapad once. And
Kanai
no,
Konda.
I've
Nature
never
camps
been to
also.
Yeah,
anywhere.
nature
I have
scam.
never been to anywhere in the last,
no,
even
no,
in the
you
coastal
you
area.
you should and
You
you
must,
must
you
go
should.
Yeah,
to, like there are few places I want everyone to go who are in Guru Ghasidas because they are
Right.
really great place to explore. First is
I'll
Dala,
note down, sir.
First is Dala Pahad, and it don't go with the name. The name is not so good, but
Okay.
the place is very good. When you reach
Which
at the
place?
top, Dalha Pahad,
Which
Dalapad.
place? Dalapa.
Dalapad.
Dal
Yeah.
and
Dalhabad.
another is Rani Jharna. When you go to Rani Jharna,
Yeah.
you will completely forget that you are in the Bilaspur or some
Bilaspur.
kind of places.
Yeah,
Like you
right.
will feel Manali
Absolutely.
vibes over there.
This
It
isn't
And
hits
like
really
actually,
me.
we
different.
made the trend of Dalapar actually
Yeah,
in
Right.
September 2021, I think.
yeah. No, no,
Yeah,
no. 2020.
October 2020. October 2020.
2020.
Yeah.
After that, seeing our post, many GGBS friend go
Yeah, yeah.
to
Many
Dalapar.
people went after that.
Many people.
I
So
think
what
like
it actually is, sir?
it's a
Mountain.
mountain. You have to climb the mountain. If it
Mm.
like if you don't find a worth in climbing a mountain and seeing the world from the top, then you shouldn't go. But I think like you should go at least once.
Yeah.
At least once in
It's
Bilaspur.
it's very tiring journey, but it will be
Mhm.
worth when you reach at the top.
Absolutely. Dalapad, Rani Jharna, then
Rani Jharna
Nature's
is really
Camp
nice. Rani
also.
Jharna, you will find three types of terrain over there. First is the mountain. Second is the sandy thing, like beach kind of thing in a very small patch, and there will
Yeah.
be a stream just beside you, which will be flowing, and there will be track, and there is a
Okay, there was
waterfall.
also one place, Cheturgarh, I think.
Yeah, Chaturgarh is
Chaturgarh
a
is
good
also good.
place, but yeah, you may visit Chaturgarh, but it's an optional thing. But
Yeah,
you first, if you will complete the course of Dalapad and Rani Jarna, you
Chaturgarh,
can.
then there's also Dongargarh also. Dongargarh.
Okay, so we will keep the sightseeings of Bilaspur some other day.
Yeah, definitely. So I think it's almost 33, 35. I think so. We have to just quickly conclude this session,
Okay.
right?
Yeah. So,
So
Amrita,
it's
would you like to conclude? Because we are tired of concluding daily.
So yeah, I have seen only one chapter, but I have participated in one chapter, so I think I have the experience of concluding.
Yeah,
yeah.
thank
Okay.
you so much.
So to conclude, we had our discussion about interest on being forever. So a little story I'll add to this. So I was a gamer, which is surprising. I used to play in my like Tekken 3. You guys remember Tekken 3?
Yeah,
Yeah,
The
yeah.
Tekken 3 we know.
fighting thing.
Yeah.
I used to play that all over my childhood, and when right now I'm grown up, I feel I'm like a teen. So right now also I still have the fighter things, and I still play Mortal Kombat.
And it's
Mortal
really
Kombat.
great to listen
Yeah.
when some gamer is
I
talking
even
about games.
used to play PUBG. I even used to play PUBG, but I just play 3 days, and my mom has to like, you have to uninstall it. I cannot hear your voice.
You might
So
have played 3 days straight.
yeah, I did.
And I
I
never played any game
Yeah.
You
from
have
Listen,
childhood.
played
listen
Prime
one
Time,
You
thing.
buddy.
I
have
would
to
like to
listen.
add something on your point, Amrita. Like Rishabh never played any computer game. Okay, so not GTA,
Any mobile game also.
no mobile game,
Nothing,
no
no games
snake game
ever.
too. I think, but
Nice to meet you, sir.
but listen, but we have made him play one first person shooting game called Crunker. It's online game. Okay, the live streams of that game is also available in our channel. It might be available
Yeah.
in our channel, and
Yeah, yeah, it's there. You can find them in the
he
playlist.
he had played around 2 to 3 days, and after that, he every night he texted us, "Let's play that game."
Let's play. It must have like tested each of us in this group. Like, let's play it. Let's play it.
Team
That's so much.
Yeah, like it's hard to be forever,
Yeah,
hard to
it will not be
hard to
forever.
be forever. But if you're a person who is like considerate to it, if you're a person who is like committed
Mhm.
to it, maybe there are chances. I feel it this way, but changes, upgradation is already there. Like Tekken 3 to Mortal Kombat, there is a really big development to that.
Mhm.
So
Yes, yes.
yeah, there is a lot.
So have you played the
So I feel
Urban
it is
2?
fun. I know.
Okay.
So
So
yeah,
I think that's all for today. It was a great
I think it's
session
time to,
meeting
yeah,
with Amrita, and
time to
it's
wrap
really
up.
nice to
Yeah,
have a new person with us, and it will be really
yeah.
great if we'll connect regularly. Not regularly, but like whenever you get time. Okay. So feel free to join us whenever you want. If you want to give any suggestions, you can give us, and that will be really great. So I'm stopping the stream. Thank you, all of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, Amrita.
Thank you, everyone.